God with form and the formless deity master. Well, what suits your taste, God with form or the formless reality? But to tell you the truth, he who is formless is also endowed with form. To his bhaktas he reveals himself as having a form. It is like a great ocean, an infinite expanse of water, without any trace of shore. Here and there some of the water has been frozen. Intense cold has turned it into ice. Just so, under the cooling influence, so to speak, of the bhakta's love, the infinite appears to take a form. Again, the ice melts when the sun rises. It becomes water as before. Just so, one who follows the path of knowledge, the path of discrimination, does not see the form of God any more. To him everything is formless. The ice melts into formless water with the rise of the sun of knowledge. But mark this. Form and formlessness belong to one and the same reality. At dusk the master was ready to start for Dakshineswar. He stood on the south porch of the drawing room, talking to Ashan. Someone remarked that the chanting of God's holy name did not always produce results. Ashan said, "How can you say that? The seeds of an aswatha tree are no doubt tiny, but in them lie the germs of big trees. It may take a very long time for them to grow." "Yes, yes," said the master. "It takes a long time to see the effect." Next to Ashan's was his father-in-law's house. Sri Ramakrishna stood at the door of this house, ready to get into the carriage. Ashan and his friends stood around to bid him adieu. Sri Ramakrishna said to Ashan, "You are living in the world as a mudfish lives in the mud. It lives in the mud but its body is not stained. There are both vidya and avidya in this world of Maya. Who may be called a paramahamsa? He who, like a swan, can take the milk from a mixture of milk and water, leaving aside the water. He who, like an ant, can take the sugar from a mixture of sugar and sand, leaving aside the sand." It was evening. The master stopped at Ram's house on his way to Dakshineswar. He was taken to the drawing room and there he engaged in conversation with Mahendra Goswami. Mahendra belonged to the Vaishnava sect and was Ram's neighbor. Sri Ramakrishna was fond of him. "Master, the worshippers of Vishnu and the worshippers of Sakti will all ultimately reach one and the same goal. The ways may be different. The true Vaishnavas do not criticize the Saktas." Goswami, smiling, "Shiva and Parvati are our father and mother." Sri Ramakrishna, out of his stock of a dozen English words, said sweetly, "Thank you." Then he added, "Yes, father and mother." Goswami, besides, it is a sin to criticize anyone, especially a devotee of God. All sins may be forgiven, but not the sin of criticizing a devotee. Master, but this idea of sin does not by any means affect all. For instance, the Isvarakotis, such as incarnations of God, are above sin. Sri Chaitanya is an example. A child, walking on a narrow ridge and holding to his father, may slip into the ditch. But that can never happen if the father holds the child by the hand.